Chinedu was very young when he made the promise. So young that his feet barely touched the ground when he sat on the wooden chair. So young that he didn't fully understand how big his words were, but he meant them. That night, the rain was falling softly on the roof. Inside, the room was small. One light bulb, a thin mattress, a quiet kind of struggle. His mother was sitting beside him, gently folding clothes. His father had just returned from work, tired, but still smiling. They always smiled, even when things were not easy. "Mommy," Chinedu said softly, "when I grow up." She looked at him. "Yes, I will buy you a big house." He paused. "And a nice car." His father chuckled quietly. "A big house?" he asked. Chinedu nodded. "A very big one, with space and no leaking roof." His mother smiled. Not because she believed it would happen right away, but because she felt his heart. "And I will take care of you," Chinedu added. His voice was small, but his promise was not. His father reached over and placed a hand on his head. "Just do your best," he said gently, "and don't forget God on the way." Chinedu nodded. He didn't fully understand everything, but he held on to that moment. Years passed, slowly, quietly. Chinedu grew older. The small room stayed the same for a long time. Sometimes things got better. Sometimes they didn't. There were days he went to school without lunch. Days the lights went out. Days things felt uncertain. But one thing stayed with him. That promise. "I will buy you a big house." As he grew, the words began to feel heavier. Not like a dream anymore, but like something waiting. In secondary school, things became harder. Lessons were tougher. Expectations grew. There were nights he wanted to give up. Nights he stared at his books and felt tired. Really tired. Maybe it's too much, he would think. Maybe I can't do it. But then he would remember that night, the rain, the small room, his parents smiling anyway, and something inside him would whisper, "Keep going." After school, Chinedu worked. Not one job, sometimes two, sometimes more. He learned new skills, tried different paths, failed at some, struggled through others. There were moments he questioned everything. Is this even working? Am I getting anywhere? But deep down, he knew why he started. One evening, after a particularly long day, Chinedu sat alone, quiet, still. He looked at his hands, tired, worn. "I said I would do this," he whispered, "but it's harder than I thought." For a moment, he just sat there. No noise, no distractions. Then he remembered his father's voice. "Don't forget God on the way." Chinedu closed his eyes. Not a long prayer, not complicated, just simple. "Help me not give up." The words settled softly, and something inside him shifted. Not everything, but enough. Enough to try again. Years passed, step by step. Not fast, not easy. But slowly, things began to change. The work started to grow. The small efforts began to add up. Doors opened, little by little, until one day, Chinedu stood in front of a house. It wasn't just big, it was peaceful, strong, beautiful in a quiet way. He held the keys in his hand. For a moment, he didn't move. It all came back. The small room, the rain, the promise. "I said I would do this," he whispered. That evening, he brought his parents there. They walked slowly, taking it in. His mother touched the wall gently. His father stood still for a moment, speechless. "Chinedu," Mommy said softly. "What is this?" He smiled, a quiet, full smile. "This is home for you." There was silence, not empty, full. Then his mother held him tightly. His father placed a hand on his shoulder. No big words, no loud celebration, just understanding. Later, as the sun began to set, they sat together, calm, at peace. Chinedu looked around, then down on his hands. They were right, he thought. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. That night, as he lay in his new room, he whispered softly, "Thank you for helping me finish what I started." And for the first time in a long time, everything felt complete. Never give up on your dreams and never forget why you started.